kid, I would wake up Easter morning and rush to my basket looking for those Reese's peanut butter eggs. They have the perfect combination of peanut butter to chocolate, and it was the one time of year my parents actually let me eat candy before breakfast. Thanks to this DIY recipe, no longer do you have to wait for spring to come around. Now you can enjoy these delicious treats anytime the craving strikes. And since this is Evolving Table, where we make healthier spins on classic recipes, you know that I've got a few tricks up my sleeve to make this recipe gluten-free and dairy-free too. So let's jump straight in and get to cooking. The ingredients you'll need for this recipe are incredibly simple to find. If you're dairy-free or vegan, make sure the chocolate is free of any milk products. If you're gluten-free, you'll want to make sure those chips are good to go, and the graham crackers are also free of gluten. Graham crackers? Yes, graham crackers. This is a secret ingredient that will give the filling that classic coarse texture while also making it stiff enough to cut into those cute egg shapes. Add a few graham crackers to a food processor and process for 20 to 30 seconds, or until they are a very fine crumb. Measure them out until you get 1/4 of a cup. Pour them into a large bowl along with 2/3 cup of peanut butter. You definitely want to use a creamy butter and not a chunky one. Also, a regular peanut butter such as Jif will give you the most predictable texture, whereas natural peanut butters may be a bit more liquidy. If that's all you have, you can always mix in a bit more powdered sugar to stiffen up the filling. Add in 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt. Mix the dough together with a spatula until everything is well combined. If your filling is too hard to mix, you can always melt the peanut butter in the microwave for 15 to 20 seconds before adding it in. Be sure to scrape the bottom of the bowl to ensure you got all of those graham crackers incorporated. And then refrigerate the dough for 30 minutes. Once the dough is firmed up, lightly dust a cutting board with a few tablespoons of additional powdered sugar. Add the peanut butter filling and then sprinkle a little bit more on top. Roll the dough out until it is 1/2 inch thick. Don't go any thinner than this or else it will be really hard to dip the eggs into the chocolate. Use a 2-inch egg-shaped cookie cutter to cut the peanut butter dough into egg shapes. I got a set of these cute egg cookie cutters online and I'll be sure to link to them for you. Also, if it's not Easter season, you can always cut the peanut butter into different shapes for whatever holiday you're celebrating. If you don't have a cookie cutter, you can also freehand it and cut the shapes with a knife. Re-roll the dough 2 to 3 times until you get about 10 eggs. Place the peanut butter shapes on a wax paper lined plate or tray and freeze for at least 1 to 2 hours. And don't skimp on this step. It's super important that the peanut butter is nice and firm before you dip it into the melted chocolate. Trust me, I got way too impatient and tried to dip them in when it was a little too soon and it was an absolute mess. After a few hours have passed, add 12 ounces of chocolate chips to a medium-sized bowl. You can either use all milk chocolate, which will make them taste exactly like Reese's, semi-sweet, dark chocolate, or even a combination. Since I like mine a little less sweet, I'm going to be using a combination of milk chocolate and semi-sweet today. Pop the chocolate chips into the microwave for 2 minutes. Make sure you give it a good stir every 30 seconds or so to ensure the chocolate doesn't burn. Using a fork, dip 1 frozen peanut butter egg into the melted chocolate, pushing it down slightly so the back is coated in chocolate. Spoon over more chocolate to cover the top. Spread it with the back of the fork until it is smooth, and then gently lift the coated egg out of the chocolate. Scrape off any excess from the bottom on the side of the bowl as it is being removed. Place the chocolate-covered eggs on a piece of wax paper to cool and firm up. And real quick before you finish up all of those other eggs, I've got 2 tricks that's gonna make this process a little bit smoother. I like to keep the other eggs that I'm not coating in the freezer so they don't start defrosting. Also, halfway through dipping, I'll pop the bowl of chocolate back into the microwave for about 30 seconds or so to ensure the second half of the eggs also have a smooth finish. Wait a few hours for the chocolate-covered eggs to completely harden before serving. You can also refrigerate them to speed this part up. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And these so taste like my childhood with that thick peanut butter filling and that thin chocolate coating on the outside. These are everything that I remember. I cannot wait to hear what you think though, so be sure to let me know. Also, if you want a few more sweet treats, I've got you covered. Be sure to check out these dessert recipes right over here. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one. My mouth is saying, give me more. Give me more peanut butter eggs. That's so good.